Nation, I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Today is such a beautiful day. The sun is out. It's a little chill in the air, so it makes it even more nicer, okay? Because most times it is like super hot, but today it feels good. Today feels really good. So as you all can see, I am in my car, absolutely. And you know what? I enjoy it. Like, you know, when I'm in the car, it's like, oh, you know what? Let me chit chat with Nat Nation, okay? So, you know, I come on here when I'm in my car and I just like to have a little chit chat, okay? And something just came to mind that I definitely want to chit chat about. And I just wanted to know, and which I know that many of you all can relate, but have you ever been with a guy and you guys have been together like 5+ years? I mean, you guys have had kids together, and I mean, you guys been living together 5+ years, and I mean, you was really mimicking being a wife and just really trying to, you know, create this family dynamic, you know, with this guy, all right? And then all of a sudden, the guy wakes up one day, he starts, you know, distancing himself from you, and then eventually at some point he leaves the relationship, he gets into another relationship, and he married that woman. Have you ever experienced that? Disappointing. Super disappointing and super hurtful, okay? And I know many of my ladies have experienced being with a man that length of time, and then he leave you and go marry the next woman, okay? Have you ever questioned, why did he do that? Or why do men do that, okay? Let me explain something to you, okay? This is why I say, take your time in relationships. And many of you all are doing it all backwards, all wrong, okay? And then you want to justify and say, well, I don't want to get married. What are you saying, okay? You're living with a man 5+ years. You've had 2 and 3 kids from this man. You're cooking, cleaning, washing for this man. And then you say, well, I don't want to get married. Quiet. You sound so stupid. Quiet. Okay? Just say that you know he don't want to marry you. Okay? So this is your way of justifying that action. Okay? This is your way of justifying you don't want to get married. Okay? Because you know he don't want to marry you. Okay? Yeah, just say that, okay? But to sit up there and say, I don't want to get married, but yet it's still you're living with a man, having multiple kids, cooking, cleaning, washing for this man, and then you say, I don't want to get married. Please, quiet, okay? Don't say that, okay? Because then you make yourself sound real ignorant. Don't say that, okay? Now, another reason you may be saying that also is that wherever you come from, you never saw marriages, okay? You never saw healthy love, healthy relationships, okay? Everybody in your family, they never was married, okay? All they did was shack up and have babies, okay? So that may be a possibility why you're saying that. Wherever you come from, it's wrong, okay? It's backwards, okay? All wrong, okay? And this is why a man leaves you and go marry someone else, because of that mindset, okay? That mindset right there, okay? See, a man knows if you are a woman that can make him be a better man. Trust me, men know that, all right? And oftentimes, men would get with the woman and they instantly know she okay to hang out with. But I'm not going to lock in with her because I know that I won't be my best with this woman, okay? Men are able to identify that. And when a man lock in with you like that, they know that you are a woman, a solid woman that can run a household, that can raise a family, that can, you know, lead and guide him to be his best self as a man, okay? So when men decide to marry you, they all of those factors come into play to make sure that he's making the right decision when he says to himself, I'm going to marry this woman, okay? Men know if you are marriage material and if you are not marriage material. And when you are not marriage material, men most likely are not going to marry you, okay? Now, there are some cases that a man may marry you knowing that you're not marriage material because he feels obligated, okay? And when I say obligated, it could be a situation he knows that you brought him a car. He knows that you got him on your insurance. He knows that you have given him money, for whatever reason. So this is what I mean when I say obligated. And you definitely don't want a man to marry you because he feels obligated to marry you. That is, you definitely don't want that, okay? Because, again, that man don't love you. He just marrying you because he feels obligated to marry you. And most likely he knows that you want to get married, so he's doing it because you want to get married and he feels obligated. But nevertheless, when a man can live with you, okay, and shack up with you for that many years and then leave you and go marry someone else, that's because the person that he married, he has identified as marriage material. You, on the other hand, was a placeholder, okay? He knew long time ago that he would never marry you. But you was okay until he met that one, okay? Until he met his dream girl, okay? This is why I say you all are getting into relationships and you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all backwards, okay? And it shows in the outcome in your relationships, all right? Relationships are a step-by-step process, okay? It's not, you guys be on chapter 20 and you haven't even gone through the introduction, the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. You all the way on chapter 20 and haven't even really went through none of the introduction, okay? The first step in, again, getting in a relationship is getting to know a person. That's number one, okay? The second step is courting, dating for a few years, okay? Or a year or a year and a half, and that's the process where you're really getting to know your guy. You understand what I'm trying to say? You're able to see who this guy in his downtime, in his fun time, in situations where, that needs to be solved. You're able to see this guy in all situations. You understand? Then once you get through the courting scene, the dating scene, then, if he has identified you as the one, then there's a proposal, okay? After the proposal, usually people are together for a good 6 months to a year before they actually get married. You understand what I'm trying to say? Then once they get married, they have their weddings, and then after the weddings, they decide that they want to create a family. Okay? That's normally how it goes, all right? Yes, yes, and I know many of you say, oh, that's back in the day. That's the problem. You need to bring back in the day back. That's the problem, that mindset. Okay, that's the problem right there. And as a result, what has happened in today's world with man and woman, woman and man, okay? The men don't respect you, all right? That's number one, for so many reasons, all right? And then the women, you all don't respect yourself. Yeah. So men treat you exactly how you act. All right? A man knows when a woman has no respect for herself just by the things that you do, the things that you tolerate, the things that you're open to. Okay? Men know. All right? And this is how they're able to identify if you are worthy of being a wife, if you are worthy of being a part of their lives. Okay? And, many of you all are following people and following things that is totally, have you all thinking what's right and it be totally wrong. Yeah, and it's because most times you don't have any guidance. You don't have anyone to talk to you and tell you that's wrong, that's right, you don't do that, you don't do this, okay? Yeah, and as a result, you're around here doing things that is just a major turnoff when it comes to men. And then what happens, they spend all of this time with you, all right? And then they leave you and go marry someone totally different than who you are. Because they know that you was not the person that could make them be a better man, okay? They know that you was not the person that will be considered as wife material. Okay? So they already have said to themselves, I'm just going to hang out with her, but I'm not going to lock in with her because this is not somebody that I want to spend the rest of my life with like that. You know? See, that's how men are. Men will do that with no problem. Okay? And this is why we as women, okay, we have to be more smarter. And we have to be more in tuned when it comes to men. All right? A man shows you in his actions how he feels about you. A man shows you. They don't talk much, okay? They're not talkers, okay? But they show you in their actions everything you need to know, okay? If a man have never, like I said, told you in your face or just, you know, had a very serious conversation about how he feels about you, where he want this relationship to go, how he see the future between you and him. If that man have not really had concrete, hard conversations with you like that, yeah, there are just certain steps that you should not be doing with that man. Yeah, and a lot of you all, you're doing things and the man is not even prepared or even interested in you to that point. Okay? It's like you're doing things trying to lock a man, okay? Lock a man in or tie him down. You will never lock a man in. You will never tie him down, okay? Because if a man do not want to be with you, he's going to show you, okay? You could sit up and have 10 kids, okay? If he do not want to be with you, he is going to leave you, period. All right? So again, we have to be more smarter. You don't just sit up and create a whole family with a man, all right, who has not married you or who have no desire to marry you. You don't sit up and, again, create a whole family. Act like a whole wife to a man who has not even given you a ring, okay? And then when you do ask him about marriage, he tells you, we already married. Or he says to you, well, I'm not getting married. I can tell you, I'm not interested in marriage. He's not interested in marriage when it comes to you, okay? Trust me. Let him find that one. He will be at the altar so quick, fast, in a hurry, okay? He's not interested in marriage when it comes to you, all right? So if you have a dude that's saying that to you, just know that only applies to you, okay? It don't work like that. Like I said before, one thing about a man, when they have identified you as that one, whatever it takes, they're gonna make sure that they cuff you. Because a man is not for to have a woman that he loves out here in these streets talking about, I'm single, but I just have a boyfriend. No. No. A man is not going to do that, all right? Especially with a woman that he loves, okay? He's not going to even be comfortable with that. Do you understand me? His woman that he in love with out here in the streets with no type of commitment, okay? Men could come at her from every direction, okay? And he's okay with her being out here in the streets talking about, oh, I just have a boyfriend. No. That man gonna make sure that woman says, I have a husband. All right? That's what he gonna make sure that woman says, okay? Men would never be comfortable with something like that. So I repeat, if a man is okay with being with you 5+ years, okay? Not one time proposed to you, never discussed marriage with you, I repeat, that man do not find you as marriage material, okay? You're okay for exactly what you're doing, living with him. And like I said, if you decide that you just want to, it's up to you. If you want to have these kids, that's fine. You know, men just go with the flow, okay? But I repeat, if he is okay with you just living with him and there's no real commitment, okay, just know that's because he has identified you as a woman that he's not interested in marriage, and he do not find you as marriage material. Okay? That's basically what it is, all right? And people, you all know me. I'm a very straightforward person, all right? I keep it real. I keep it 100. It's not going to do me any justice. It's not going to do you all any justice for me to come on here and lie to you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not going to help you in any kind of way. I don't do that. I don't lie. I don't sit up here and just try to make it feel good or put sugar on top of it. Hell no, I ain't got time for that, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, because that's exactly how it is, all right? So I'm not going to sit up here and just lie to you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. You're a big girl, okay? You're a grown woman, all right? Dust it off and make the necessary adjustments where needed, all right? So that you can be successful in your relationships. All right, dust it off. I'm not that girl. I'm not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat it, because I don't have time for that. Okay, you too grown for me to be having to sugarcoat anything. All right, this is not the candy factory. Okay, if you want to sugarcoat it, go find Willy Wonka or go find your fake friends who will sugarcoat it for you. But I'm not that girl. I don't do that. All right, I keep it real, because that is the only way that I am able to help you. All right, by keeping it real. If I don't keep it real, how am I going to help you? By lying to you? No, that's not going to help you. All right? And if it's too much for you, you know, like I always say, you know, there are many, many people that are, you know, giving relationship advice. You know, you have to, you know, follow people that fits your personality and that, you know, fits, whatever it is that you're looking for. You know, I say that all the time. You understand? But over here, we keep it 100. Absolutely. So with that being said, I just wanted to touch bases on that a little bit, and just, you know, because I know so many women have experienced that, you know, with men, and them being with men for a certain number of years, and then all of a sudden the man leave them and they go and marry them someone else. Okay? And I repeat, the reason for that is because, again, he has identified you long time ago that you was not marriage material, okay? He just stayed there with you, you understand? Especially when you started popping out them kids, okay? He just stayed there with you, you understand? Until something else presented itself. And once that person presented herself, okay, then that's when he was out, because that is the person that he really, really wanted to be with. So I repeat, when you're out here dating, be smart, slow down. You're doing it all backwards. Slow down. Get to know your guy. All right? Date your guy. Okay? If your guy really want to be with you, he needs to propose to you, and then he needs to marry you. Okay? That's how it needs to be. If you are a woman that do not have kids right now, okay? Don't have kids until he becomes your husband. All right? No kids until he become your husband. All right? Keep the kids out of the equation. That's not your husband, all right? Wait till you get a husband, all right, to have your kids. And with that being said, ladies, have an amazing day. Mwah.